Honored guests, colleagues, and friends, I was going to begin by talking to you about the momentous steps we in ASEAN are about to embark upon. But the events of recent days and weeks have cast a shadow over us all. 170 dead after the attacks in Paris and Beirut. 224 lives taken in a bombing of Russian passenger jet over the Sinai Desert. Just this week, an innocent Malaysian beheaded in the southern Philippines. And yesterday, the tragic hostage incident in Bamako, Mali. There cannot be a person in this hall who has not been shocked and shaken by the sickening disregard for human life and the devastation visited on families and communities. Our countries are in mourning. We all share in this grief. The perpetrators of these cowardly and barbaric acts do not represent any race, religion, or creed, nor should we allow them to claim to do so. They are terrorists and should be confronted as such with the full force of the law. Malaysia stands ready to provide any help and support that we can, and be assured that we stand with you against this new evil that blasphemes against the name of Islam. We are ever vigilant against a threat that is very real in our region. Local militants and groups such as Abu Sayyaf have sworn allegiance to the so-called Islamic State. It was they who cruelly murdered our countryman Bernard Then on Tuesday. We must recognize that problems of extremism today require new solutions. Understandably, many will want to fight the so-called Islamic State out of the lands they have stolen from millions of Syrian and Iraqis. But a military solution alone will not be enough to defeat those who see peace and want to cause war, those who see order and civilization and wish for nothing but mayhem and death, who see prosperity and culture and burn to bring desolation and despair. It is the ideology propagated by these extremists that is the cause of this sadistic violence. And in this time of tragedy, we must not lose sight of the fact that the ideology itself must be exposed as the lie that it is and vanquished, for it is not Islamic. It cannot be. It states clearly in the Holy Quran that if anyone takes a life, and I quote, "It shall be as if he had killed all mankind." End of quote. Suicide, under any circumstances, never mind suicide bombing that kills innocents, is likewise a terrible sin. In the Hadith, it is recorded that Prophet Muhammad said that God forbids paradise to anyone who takes their own life, let alone the lives of innocents. We should examine why anyone should be misguided enough to follow this perverted ideology. What is their motivation? But let us be clear. It is an utter travesty of a religion of peace, justice, and moderation. More than ever, it is that last concept, moderation, that we are in dire need of around the world. Moderation, or wasatiyah, is at the heart of Islam. It is a Quranic injunction that no Muslim can disobey. But moderation does not belong only to us. It has been the locomotive of the non-violent approach to solving conflict throughout history.